The term dumb people is typically coined for those who lack the intellectual ability to express themselves verbally, do simple mathematics, or just act ignorant or quote unquote immature. Just a handful of days ago, I was hanging out with a friend. He was talking to me about how he believes he's far more intelligent from an IQ aspect than most of the successful personalities that constantly appear on our screens as we scroll through whatever addiction-inducing social media app we have. How people like Speed, Kai, rappers, and so on are dumb as rocks, yet they've amassed a hefty amount of wealth and notoriety. Look, do I think personally that they're dumb? Absolutely not. A dumb person can't do what they've done. Now, do I think they have the intellect of a Nobel Prize-winning scientist? Absolutely not. And neither do I or the other 99% of the population. I'm typically not the kind of person to say something is wrong, because defining something as wrong can change based on culture, subjectiveness, and context. But as I was expressing to him, I truly believe his point of view is dead wrong. See, I think measuring success by just one factor is a losing proposition. Measuring or predicting someone's success solely based on brain power is a faulty way of looking at things. Yes, I'm aware someone on the far right end of the IQ bell curve has a higher chance of succeeding than someone on the far left. Of course, I recognize that. I'm not going to sit here and act like IQ doesn't play a critical role in success, but what I'm getting at is that IQ isn't the only role. See, throughout my life, I've met many people who started businesses in construction, tech repair, hair salons, MLMs. And one of the things I've found in common is that they're not known for possessing some sort of intellectual prowess. The new economy, which is the attention economy, rewards you far more now than if it did if you were to become, let's say, like a Harvard professor. Not to knock on professors, but this is not the economy that rewards abstract thinking or pure processing speed anymore. With most thinking now being delegated to AI, the current economy that we're in rewards attention and boldness. That's why the people you see on your screen may appear dumber than you. But I promise you, they're playing the game much smarter than you. See, you sit there and overthink everything. What if people see me and think bad of me? What if my video doesn't get any views? I can't post this or write that until I get this one professional tool that all the professionals use. Boom, and just like that, the intellectually gifted end up struggling with paralysis by analysis. All that overthinking bullshit, it cripples you. And I am a victim of it. Younger version of me would overthink every detail of every problem. Over time, thankfully, I've been able to kill that habit by about 60 to 70%. Only after I killed that habit did I start seeing fruit from my labor. If you pair consistency, boldness, and action over time over a long time horizon, you can easily make a name for yourself. I find that the people that I know who are intellectually gifted always get what's expected from them. They get the degree. They're top of their class. They land the $70,000 to $120,000 job. They marry the person who took just a little courage to approach. They live what society defines as a quote-unquote successful life. But they continue to struggle from overthinking. Because they compute so fast and efficiently, they start to overthink and shut down ideas that carry risk outside of their normal low to medium risk of failure bubble. Yet the ones I see who were quote-unquote dumber had more courage, boldness, and just enough delusion. And the dumber, they don't just acquire a successful life. They build an exceptional one. Because the struggle of overthinking isn't there for them. They don't filter every thought through a mental dream catcher. They just move, with a hint of delusion. They go farther than all their other peers. There's an ancient Latin proverb that says, "The future favors the bold." And I try my best to remind myself of that every day. Maybe the people you think who are just dumb as rocks just know how to move smarter than you. Maybe they weren't overthinking every damn step like you are. And in all honesty, I think the only way now to measure intelligence is by seeing if X person was able to get what they wanted out of life. Truth is, the world doesn't care how clever you are if you're too scared to show up. So stop trying to be perfect, get delusional, and start moving.